My name is Professor John Murray and I'm the Academic Dean of the Faculty of Technology here at the University of Sunderland. The particular route we're looking at is data science pathway and is for apprentices that want to get a foothold in a data science role within a large business or organisation. Well, it's very important that within our apprenticeship programs that we work with the local industry, that we bring stakeholders in. We work very closely with the employers, ensuring that the skills and the training that we're giving on the apprenticeship meets the requirements of not only what the employer needs, but also what the pathway of the particular apprenticeship program is as well. Ensuring that the training meets employer and industry requirements, and in particular with relation to Nissan and the collaboration we have with Nissan in the region, we've discussed with Nissan the requirements of their business needs. So we've sat down, we've mapped out a curriculum, we've understood the software requirements, the data requirements, the application requirements that Nissan need, and ensured that those skills and requirements are embedded within the data science pathway and apprenticeship program.
So apprenticeships bring to a business, in our business in particular, in Nissan, really key value-added skills. So what you don't get from a university degree is the industry level knowledge. And what you don't get from just working in industry is the academic side, and actually bringing those skill sets together is really important for the future. For any degree apprenticeship, I think it's absolutely vital that that's the direction we go in as employers, and recruiting the best talent to bring both of those skill sets together.
So on the apprenticeship, the apprentices would get a grounding in fundamental computer science and data science knowledge. So it would be things like software engineering, programming, database systems, and they would use those techniques, those tools, those technologies to interpret, understand, manage and manipulate data for a business need. So they would maybe look at large data sets from one of the particular businesses that we're working with, and they would see how that data plays an important part in making business decisions. And they would use computer science, mathematics, statistical techniques and knowledge to interpret, manipulate and visualize that data.
Nissan has a really strong relationship with the University of Sunderland. In fact, it's actually grown substantially. So we've had over 2,000 apprentices at Nissan since time began at the plant. We have a strong graduate recruitment scheme that we take students direct from the university. So that relationship between us has always been very strong, and the apprenticeship is just one of those core pillars of it. Right from the fundamental stages, we have apprenticeships at manufacturing level, but we also have the degree apprenticeships, which is core to the business. The students that go through degree apprenticeships are often very bright and talented, and they make their way through the career ladder. And so there's then promotion opportunities as well that stem from these roles. So it's a really vital part of our recruitment and careers.
We've recently invested over £4.5 million in new facilities. We've got world-leading experts in data science, world-leading experts in AI, computer science, programming, that will form part of this apprenticeship program. We work very closely with a number of large organisations in the region, and the relationship we have with those industries is really strong at Sunderland, and it's the ideal place to study an apprenticeship.